colors changing like the times, and I'm taking. Darling, would you be mine? And I hope you know I will love you for the rest of my life.
Okay, it's really early. Actually, it's like almost 7, so it's not super early, but I wasn't ready to get up because it's really cold. And we're headed back to Tennessee today. So we're about to get on the road and drive all the way back. It is 43 in Jekyll Island this morning, so I don't even want to know what the temperature is in Tennessee, but I think I'm gonna freeze.
What are you filming me for?
Because it's cold. Look how dressed up he is.
Stupid cold.
Never fear though, I still got the flops on. Yeah, my feet are frozen. That's it, one more chalk and we are on the road. That one got a little stuck. Eric must already be hot and I'm freezing to death. That means he must have worked harder than me. Are you hot?
No, I just it's more comfortable without
just getting ready for the whole drive. Okay.
Alright, get the tow mode on. Chains are on.
Lights are hooked, chains are hooked, emergency's hooked.
Yeah.
Everything's locked, we're ready to roll. Let's go to Tennessee. Tried to get home before dark, but Atlanta defeated us.
The sun set about 20 minutes ago. And you know, it takes about 30 minutes for it to get dark, and so stay tuned because I'm going to put some shocks on the Brinkley and I will show you how I did it. Hopefully it's right.
And he's going to do it in the next 2 days because the temperature is about to drop here. So it's almost Thanksgiving and the temperature is about to drop with highs in the 30s and lows in the 20s. What? What are the sun bums doing in temperatures like that? Little different sunset than an ocean sunset.
Good. We got it. Always tight turn in the dark.
You said good. Always tight turn in the dark. That's a tight turn in the daylight. This road's kind of pretty much a 1-lane road.
Kind of, yeah.
And the entrance is not very wide, so I close my eyes. But we made it. That's the worst part. We're home. It's 4:54 Central Time. Nice job. I can't see you. Oh, look how pretty the sky is. Let's park this rig. Mom's got supper ready.
Yeah! Thank you, Mom. Mom, hand up and
Oh my gosh, it's cold out here. And it's only gonna get colder. I think I'm gonna have to put my flip-flops away. So one thing we did realize right before we hit Atlanta is because the Brinkley bathroom door sometimes comes off track, we've added a Velcro strap to keep it closed so it doesn't jar and come off track, but we forgot to attach the Velcro, so we finally fixed it somewhere after Atlanta, but the door was fine. Didn't hit anything too rough today. What's up?
No, I did pretty good. I'm pulling up farther and don't have to turn quite as sharp, so if I didn't want it over about 4 feet this way, it'd be good.
Are we leaving it here?
I think we should just leave it here for the night. What do you think?
It sounds perfect. Let's go. Right. It's cold. Shut her down. We usually scoot it over a little bit further so we can get in the driveway, but we're good for tonight, so.
All right, today on the camper, I'm going to do a little upgrade on the suspension. I'm going to install the Comfort Ride shock system. And basically it comes with instructions. The box that it came in, this stuff is pretty thick. Box probably weighed 40 pounds, and there's 4 of these. They each have 2 of them are the same, 2 are so yeah, 2 are the same and 2 are the same, so there's 4 of these total, if that made any sense. And so what I did is I have all my tools out, and they say it's going to take 2 hours to do each axle, so a total of 8 hours. Now, you know, of course I watched some videos online and stuff too, and it seems pretty easy, and there's several different ways you can do it. You can either they want you to do it with weight on the trailer so you don't bottom out or overextend the shock system. And so we'll be taking some measurements there and fitting it up in there, and I'll go through that. But once you got the measurements for this plate right here that goes on your I-frame on your trailer, then you can just measure pretty much all the same for the others. So they say 2 hours. I am missing one drill bit that I don't have, so I'm gonna have to borrow one of those. So let's see how long it's gonna take me to do this. For some reason, start out with your passenger rear wheel first. So we're gonna start out with this. I'm gonna loosen up these bolts, take this plate off, and replace it with the new part. Okay, for the first part, I wasn't sure if this is a 7/8 or like a 22 millimeter, because they both fit pretty good. So I'm gonna go with my 22 millimeter because it's just a little bit of a shorter socket and I can get in there a little better. So let's go ahead and loosen those up and take those out. And while I'm thinking about it, they say take these off. You do it kind of like a tire. You alternate so you don't put all the pressure all on one bolt. So I do a little bit here, a little bit over there, just swap back and forth. So you try to take this off evenly so you don't overstretch your U-bolts. Some videos said these U-bolts could spread out a little bit. If they do that, put it in a vise and just crunch the tops back a little bit so they'll fit through our new plate up here. So wiggle this out. Let's get that out. 1, 2. Alright, and you can see right up here, there's a little bolt right there. That will center our next plate here. So let me get that. Just as I thought, the U-bolt stretched out a little bit. Won't quite fit in the hole. So I'm gonna put these in a vise. They don't go that way. I'm gonna put them in a vise and squeeze them together a little bit to make them fit. Okay, I got these bolts, U-bolts, bent back into shape. And this plate that they give you, Roadmaster, it is quite a bit thicker than the one, well, not quite a bit, but it's just thicker than the one I did take off. So, and then I'm just going to tighten these. The torque on these, you can find different things for them or different spec sheets. I saw this one place that said, well, I don't know. Could be anywhere from a 90 to 120. So I think I'm going to start out with maybe 95 or something like that and go from there. Step is to take this extension bracket, the 2 holes that are near the top. It's going to go just like this, and I'm going to torque them to 57 foot-pounds. For the bracket that goes on the I-beam, I got my bolt, washer, spacer, washer. I'm gonna stick my shock on there and then another washer and nut. Once I do that, I'm gonna hold it up here and see where I need to drill my holes. And well, that's gonna be tough because it's the shackle is right here, so should be interesting. Wish I'd just weld it on there. If I had a welder, I'd do that, but I don't. One thing I did figure out is, well, this bracket right here, this one right here, make sure it goes on the outside of this bracket. My first go around on this side over here, I had it on the inside, and it kind of throws things off a little bit, so make sure you put it on the outside of your spring bracket, and then it seems to fit a lot better. It'll still fit in the third hole here, but on this side, the front tire, when I put the bracket up for the I-beam, it'll actually fit in the middle hole. Today, I didn't quite have the tools to put these brackets in that the shocks go on the I-frame. So what I did was I went ahead and pulled my truck out because the driveway here is on a slant. So I pulled the trailer and truck where it's more flat on the road, and then I remeasured, and sure enough they were different where these brackets go right here. So what I did, instead of marking it up and scratching the frame up, I just took some spray paint and sprayed it up there. You can see the difference, and I'll go ahead and start drilling that. It's not going to be any fun, but what I have, they recommend a 12-inch 5/16 drill bit. I went to Lowe's, got 2 of these because you know, who knows, I may break one. I also saw a video where they do a 90-degree, and so that will also fit up here, and that way I won't have to actually, that fits really good. Put that on my drill, just drill the holes out. That way the holes will go in straight, versus if I have this drill, they're gonna go in crooked a little bit, and that was pretty close to straight, but it still goes in crooked. But this is the DeWalt, a little 90-degree. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill one out right here, and let's see how that goes. Like I said, I got 2 or 3 of these drill bits, and hopefully they'll stay sharp and I'll be able to do it in a decent amount of time. I think now that I have this, and of course I have the trailer leveled, and it's really kind of, well, it's unlevel, so the front wheels are pretty high off. Let's check right here. So this one on this back side is going to fit right here, if you can see that, but not right here. I'm gonna have to, maybe that's where I'll get my 12-inch drill bit, looks like it, and get that one right there. So that would be pretty decent. So for the most part, the 90-degree will get most of them, and you'll get your bolts in nice and straight. So let's try it. Back bracket right here, I'm gonna have to put my shock on this farther hole right here, this one right there, because Brinkley, what you're gonna have to watch out for, see if you can see it, it has this bracket right here, if you can see that. So I'm to make sure my holes are on the outside of that bracket when I drill it, and that's another reason why I'm gonna have to adjust the hole on this side over here. Okay, I got it going, but it's going to take a while, so let's just put it on time lapse. Okay, for the next task, I'm going to have to drive these bolts in. They say do it with an impact. I'm just going to try to screw them in, and then they do go to 40 foot-pounds. So let's go ahead and get one going, and then I'll put the bracket back up and drill the other holes. Alright, what I've decided to do is go ahead and I got blue Loctite on this. I'm going to go ahead and screw this one in, use it as my template. All right, the plate is nice and flush in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and drill the others and torque them down. Well, that's why I bought several of these drill bits, because I just busted one up in there. All right, I'm down to 2 drill bits. This is the one that just busted off, a DeWalt, because it has a step down. I think what I'll do is start my holes with a step down, get it going, and then switch over to my Cobalt, see how that works. Alright, got the first one done. Wasn't too bad. Probably spent about an hour on it. I'll probably put some tape around that so it doesn't chafe. Tape around this so it doesn't chafe through the bottom of the floor here. And you can kind of see up there, there's some bolts right there. Let's see if I can get a view of the outside over here. Poking through a little bit. So that's good. And they all torque down good. I don't think I'll have a problem with those stripping out. These went to 55 foot-pounds on the shocks, and these were 40. Well, I think that's my wife calling, so let's see what she has to say. In the back, I don't feel like jacking the trailer up, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the long 12-inch drill bit on this one. I did start the hole with a punch, so it will start a little better. Okay, I will spare you the boringness of this and finish that up. Okay, for this back tire, shock I should say, I just went ahead and removed the tire so I can have a little bit better access up here to drill and to put those bolts in. Most of the weight was off the tire from the jack, from the RV jack, leveling jacks. I just had to lift up just an inch or so with my bottle jack and then take the tire off and then let the tire back down. That should give me enough room to get up in there. Okay, I got tire number 2 done. Well, shock number 2. Like I said, I had to take the tire off, took it off, and then retorqued the tire lug nuts to 120 foot-pounds. 2 down, 2 to go. I'm gonna go ahead and do this other back one tonight because it's kind of the harder one, and then tomorrow I'll probably save this front one because it's a little bit easier. But that one, last one probably took me an hour and a half to do. This one took me a little over an hour. Once I got these in, of course. So got the last bracket drilled for the shock. Got that drilled and the shock put on and torqued in 50 minutes. And this thing probably took about 50 minutes to put on. So overall, like I said, I probably got 8 to 10 hours on this, not including, you know, running a town, getting a few things I needed. I would suggest a couple drill bits because you might break some. Don't forget your blue Loctite. This helped out a lot, my 90-degree angle. And of course they recommend, you know, the 12 screw drill bit. But the 90-degree angle drill really allowed me to get a nice flush seat on those. And the ones in the back here, I don't know if you can see, you can tell that one back there, let's see if I can get it, it's not really flush. That's just the angle. That's the only angle I could get on it. So it's on there. Those screws are in tight. They're all torqued to 40 foot-pounds. So anyways, can the average Joe do it? Yeah. It's going to cause you some headaches. It's not going to be fun. But overall, you can do it. I probably saved $600 to $800 doing it myself. And I got it done mostly in 2 days. If you have the power tools and everything raring to go, you could probably get it done in 4 to 6 hours. But for me, doing it myself, that should give us a lot better ride. And I do have a gas line that runs through here, and I did put some protectant stuff around it, so it doesn't rub. And my underbelly on my trailer also, the screw comes out right here, the bolt, and so I put some protective stuff right here where it would possibly rub a hole in it, and that should be good. And I'll check on it once in a while. So anyways, I'll keep you informed on how it rides. But now I'm done for the day, and it's probably going to take me 30 minutes just to clean all my tools up. So thanks for watching, and if you guys are ever curious about the Roadmaster, putting it on, well, it's no fun, but you can do it, and I'll let you know how the ride is. Thanks for watching. I want to make about those Roadmaster shocks that I installed is it wasn't really a how-to. If you go to eTrailer.com, there are maybe a half a dozen or a dozen videos on how exactly to do it, but that's usually at a shop, and they got air tools and everything right there, and they make it look so easy. I just use regular socket wrenches, regular torque wrench, a bottle jack, and so I just used what I had, so it can be done. And I just want to let you guys know that if you want a better how-to video, maybe go to eTrailer or someone else, but just the average Joe, yeah, you can do it.